Voices. Coming up next, we have two Southern students returning to SCSU TV to talk to us about their pop-punk alternative rock band, Sunday Morning.
I'm pleased to welcome back to SCSU TV Eric Stanzel and Wes Benjunas from the band Sunday Morning.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for having us today.
It's been probably a pretty busy few months for you guys. Let's hear about it a little bit.
Definitely been busy.
Yeah.
A lot of planning and stuff, stuff we're not used to. We're used to just throwing stuff out there and getting feedback, but we did a lot of planning in these last couple months for our new EP.
Yeah, we put a lot of time and effort, thought, a lot of discussion on what went into what we decided to put out.
So tell me about, in all honesty, when did recording process first start? When did it finish? How quickly did you guys write and record the songs?
So for writing the songs, it was kind of like a long process. We kind of just probably, I want to say 4 months before we actually even thought about going into a studio to record them, we would just bring them to practice and work them out and try to get a general feel for what we were going to record. We booked studio time when July 5th.
Yeah.
July 5th is when we first booked the studio and we went in there. We were in there for 5 days, 5 songs, 5 days, and it was a really good experience. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we we cranked them out when we first got there because we played the songs that are on the EP. We played them out for months, and we got them really drilled into our heads. So once we got to the studio, we were ready, and the rest was just smooth sailing.
So tell me about the songwriting process. Do you guys kind of write individually and then present it to the group and you guys build on it? Is it more of just like a jam write session? Tell me about how the songs kind of got written for the new EP.
So usually we'll just take either Dan, the other guitarist and singer, or I we'll just write something on acoustic guitar. Very very basic skeleton of a song, and we'll bring it to Eric and Parker and get the drums and bass in there, and then we'll start working on stuff. And we really just feed off each other a lot in practice, and that's where a lot of the good ideas come.
Definitely. Well, I know Speedway, the first track, that was off of a jam.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it really just does depend. I know that the majority of the songs were mostly written beforehand, and then they were brought. I always like to say that they were first created. The songs were created pretty much by Dan and Wes, but they really got brought to life when the whole band got together and added their feedback. But I know Speedway, we just started vibing. I think we were just waiting.
We were waiting for someone. Someone was late to practice, and
then it just turned into a vibe, and we really like this, so we decided to put it on. It's one of my favorite songs, at least. Yeah.
Definitely.
So tell me about have you ever seen a Speedway, the opening track on the EP? One of the things I kind of talked to you guys about behind the scenes a little bit was the production was so well. Compared to your other EPs, it sounded so so professional, so clean. The panning and the lefts and the right was something I really enjoyed, especially with headphones on. Mm-hmm. Tell me, was that kind of a producer's idea? Was that something you guys had in mind while you were creating the song? Was it something in the studio that came up?
Yeah, so we went to Voodoo Studios for that reason, because we knew that they had a lot of good engineers there and guys who really knew what they were doing. With Speedway, we really wanted to capture a lot of ambiance. So we used a lot of effect pedals that pan from left to right in our stereo, and it was mostly, I want to say, Frank, the producer, who really put those into place. But we just had a general idea of that we wanted it to be a very ambient song, so that's how that came about.
Yeah, I will say, at least with one track, for that one time Parker cried, I know our original idea during the breakdown to have 2 separate guitars playing, because we have 2 guitarists, we wanted to capitalize on that. Especially, it'd be really a cool live performance if we were to have one of them play one half of a part and the other one play the other half of the part. It would sound really cool, so you can get that same headphone sensation live. And it was really cool to bring that to the track and make it sound really sick, because I know a lot of people enjoy that part.
So do you guys have a personal favorite, whether it be to listen to or whether it was to record?
I want to say my favorite to record was definitely Outgrow, mainly because at the end of the song we we did a lot of oscillations, which are you get feedback from your guitar and your amp, and then you run it through a delay pedal, and then you mess around with the feedback. There's a feedback knob and a time for delay, and we did a lot of, that's also another thing that the producer Frank helped us a lot with. But we were able to capture a lot of cool and kind of like eerie sounds through that, and that was definitely my favorite part of the recording process for that.
Yeah, I think for me, probably Speedway, because it was the first song that I decided to track. I think we just went in order of the way the EP is. And it was the first song, and it was a new place, and they were very, very professional. And I had all these guys like setting up my drum set. And I was like, I've never had to do this before. There was like at least like 20 mics around me or something, and this wall, like a curtain. It was weird. So I was a little intimidated, honestly. But once I started, and finished tracking Speedway, I was like, all right, like I'm ready. Like let's do the rest of this. And so I think, recording that is probably my most favorite experience out of all of it.
So you kind of talked about like ambiance, and that's one thing I noticed about the album is the sound is it's kind of differing from your previous 2 EPs. Was that something you guys wanted to do, or like it's kind of less pop punky I feel like?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's something we've always wanted to stray away from, is the kind of pop punk umbrella. But
It's in our blood, though.
yeah, it definitely is.
We can't avoid it. No matter how hard we try, it's going to be there because all our influences are off of it.
Yeah.
So we could try, but it'll never leave us.
Yeah, pretty much. But we really wanted to, step outside of our comfort zone and really try to write songs that are challenging to us and still fun to play and listen to.
Definitely like more original to us. Like I say a lot, like the past 2 EPs was a lot of us getting through our imitation phase. Like we want to sound like this band or we want to sound like that band. And this EP really sets our standard for what we want to try to sound like.
So would you say for future EPs, could we expect to sound like this, or do you think you'll evolve more?
We constantly evolve.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down to try new things, new sounds. Like I love guitars in general and amps and different pedals. I'm always buying new pedals, which is terrible because I lose a lot of money, but I'm always down to try new things. So I think we'll always stay close to our roots and our structures and stuff like that, but I'm always down to try new things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're always in a creative process. In a band, you're in a creative environment, and it's a very accepting environment. If someone wants to do this, that's completely different. We're gonna hear them out, and we're gonna make it work. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't. It gets scrapped, and something else comes up, and we're like, oh my God, I'm so glad we did this instead of that because that was a terrible idea. So, yeah.
So do you guys, I know for your previous EPs, and so for your first one you did a music video for Collectively, and then you also did one for 10 Years. Can we expect music videos from In All Honesty?
Yeah, definitely. We're just trying to figure out which song we want to do. Honestly, we pretty much have the person we're going to go to. We have our budget. We just want to get enough feedback from everybody else to know what song they want, pretty much.
So which promotion of the album for the EP look like? Do you guys have any shows coming up that viewers of SCSU TV can come check you out at?
Yeah, we have a show coming up November 11th at the Webster Underground in Hartford. It's a unplugged show, so we're going to be playing acoustic guitars, and it's going to be a little different from our normal live setting, but it's just something to try, and we're really excited to step outside of our comfort zones and really show that we could do other things other than just playing really loud the whole time.
Yeah, and I know we have plenty of other shows that are going to be lined up and are lined up, and if anybody wants to check it out, our social medias are always up to date on our shows.
So where can fans buy the new EP, In All Honesty? Where can fans pick this up or listen to it on streaming services?
Yeah, so it's available on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, Tidal, like a whole bunch of other ones through the distribution that we use. And really for selling the CDs, you could just message our band page, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's at Sunday Morning CT, or hit up me and Eric. We'll be selling $5.
Sell them out of the trunk of our cars.